Hi everyone, I just wanted to go over just an illustration I saw on Desmos about the ambiguous triangle. So we're given here angle side side, the 31 is my angle, the 7.15 is a side, and the opposite side, 4.23, that's just our angle side side. Now I want to show you guys some things about this, is that because we're given ASS, we said we had two possibilities, and you can see that no matter how I change this ASS, as long as the third side, sorry, the ASS, the second S, is smaller than my first S, as I mentioned before, angle, long, short, we end up with two possibilities. But if I drag, let's see if I can drag this out. So no matter how I do this, it's still the same thing. Now, oh, I can't drag it, darn it. It says drag me. If I drag it long though, oh yeah, there it goes. But if I drag it even farther out, so look, right when we hit, oops, right when we hit, let's see how far we can go. Right when I hit 7.15, I want you guys to notice that the second triangle way over here on my left, that's not a possibility anymore. So if we have angle short long, see if it's short and long, there is no second triangle. It's only one triangle. So if I bring this smaller than 3.1 here, bam, we have two possibilities again. So what does this conclude? Just for us to talk about this again, if it's a long side followed by a short side, yeah, we're going to have this ambiguous triangle, two possibilities. If this ASS gives us two possibilities, and we have to solve for those two possibilities. But if it's angle short and long, I'm going to make this side longer. So we're at 4.36. I'm going to make it longer than 4.36. We only have one triangle now. I'm going to mark this up to show you. We only have one triangle now. This is my only triangle here. Okay, because this part here doesn't have anything to do with the triangle anymore. Look, the 26 isn't part of that triangle. Okay, so another relationship we want to see real quick is that in this triangle here, I want you to take a look at these two angles specifically. The angle we get from law of sines and the angle we don't. So this is our supplementary angle. So we always subtract 180 and we'll get this other angle. 180 minus 49 is going to give 131. If I change it, let's go ahead and drag it some more. Change that angle. As you can tell, they're both changing the same way. Right, 71, 72. They add up to 180. So that's the coolest thing, is that if you know one angle using law of sines, you can always find that second angle. So let's go back to my open math example. So let's look at this example here. Let's go ahead and draw it out. So let's do this problem again. So we're given angle A and side A. So if I draw a triangle very similar to that, 47 and 34, because we said this is a side A and angle A, and our B will call that 35 right in between those two. We said angle long, short, we're going to have two possibilities. Oops. And if we have two possibilities, we have to solve for both of those triangles. We do that by first saying we have law of sines. Let's solve for this first acute angle here. If we call this side B, we're going to call that angle B. So we'll say sine of B over 35 is equal to sine of 47 over 34. Sorry, yep, 34. And that's our biggest setup. We take our calculator out. If you want to write this before, sine of b is equal to 35 sine of 47 over 34. 35 sine, whoop, that's not my style calculator, I use a different calculator here, right? So we have to write 35 times 47 first, sine equals, divided by 34 equals, 0.75 is not the angle I want, so we undo that sign, sine inverse. Angle B must be 48 point, let's use 8.4, let's round off to 2 decimal places. So we have what angle B is, but let me ask you, is angle B an acute or obtuse angle? It's acute, so that's what they want here. They want the acute answer right there. So it's going to be 48.84. Let's go ahead and follow up with finding the angle C, A, B, and that's C. We know two angles, we can always find the third angle. So we can use our calculator and subtract that from 180. 180 minus 47 minus 48.884, and we're left with 84.16. 84.16. Now if we have the angle, now we can go back and solve for the side using law of sines. So this is side C. C over sine of 84.16 is equal to side 34 over sine of 47. Okay, so all this stuff we've actually done solving for other triangles already using law of sines. Now again, the biggest takeaway is that we have an ASS triangle. Given ASS, we have two possible forms. If it's angle long short side, it's short enough for us to squeeze another side in here. And that means we need to figure out the other version. So let's go ahead and draw out the other version again. This was our original version we said. And our second version is going to be this one in here. So let's make this a little sharper. So we said it was still 47. This is 47. Angle 47. We said the opposite side was going to be 34 and 35. So we solve for this angle here, and that directly leads to this angle over here. Let's go ahead and take a look at that illustration one more time. Was it this one? Oh, here it was. We said, oops, can't zoom in. As the acute angle changes, so does that obtuse angle. And they're supplementary to each other, so as one changes, the other one changes as we subtract from 180. So if that's an easy one. If one is 50, the other has to be 130, because they have to add up to 180. If one was 30, can we get there? Well, we could get there. The other one is 150. So it really just depends what our acute angle. Well, that's the coolest part, that we can solve for that acute angle pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and say our acute angle we mentioned before was 48. Oops, not 48. It was, oh yeah, it was 48. 48.84. 48.84. So we subtract that from 180. 180 minus 48.84. And that leads us to 131.16. Okay, 131.16. And then to find this angle up here, it's going to be a small angle. I don't think I have many angles left. So we go 180 minus 47 minus 131.16. And we're left with a small angle 1.84. If we have a small angle 1.84, I can guarantee this side is going to be a pretty small side right here. So this is my C prime. Oops. C prime. And this is my little c prime. Okay, hopefully you found that was helpful. If you have any questions, please make sure you do email me. Okay, thank you.